Hi there, welcome to the Mystic Path. Fall is just around the corner, and I was talking with a friend the other day, and she was saying, I'm so sad and depressed that summer is over. And I was like, oh, don't be depressed, just honor your experiences of the summer and light a candle to welcome in fall. And she was like, oh, good idea. And that made me think that, oh, we should do a little fall ritual here. So for your own fall ritual, we're going to pull a couple cards and see what the energy is going to be for the fall. But I've already kind of done this on my own. What I like to do is sage the area. I cleared all the energy. I used sage. You can use whatever you would like. And then I lit some crown chakra incense over here for myself to connect and open up. And I lit some candles, got myself in the mood, and I kind of sat quietly for 10 minutes, just focusing on my breath, connecting to myself. And then I got my journal out and I kind of wrote down the things I experienced this summer that were both joyful and challenging. And I kind of reflected on those things and reflected on what have I learned this summer, how have I grown, what are things I may still need to work on, what are things I may still need to let go of, things maybe that are still triggering me, or people that I know are bad for me. We do that a lot as humans. We attach ourselves to drama or trauma to kind of feel better about ourselves, or to ignore our own problems. I'll focus on this person's problems. So sometimes, we have to let go of things in our life, like unhealthy habits. Sometimes we have to let go of people, clients. I've had to let go of clients before that I felt or I had outgrown them. We outgrow things as humans, and that's good. We're supposed to be growing for the better and changing and learning, right, while we're here. So when the seasons change, I just kind of like to get, in my environment set. I have a little, if you can hear it, I have a little fall harvest sound bath playing. Like I said, I did some deep breathing. I did some journaling. And then kind of the last thing I do after I reflect and I kind of figure out maybe what I could still be working on or healing from. And then I wrote all that down in my journal, and I, had some conversations with myself, asking myself some of the questions, the uncomfortable questions. And then I wanted to come out here and pull some cards. So I was going to light a candle here. I have this nice little salt candle holder. I was going to light this candle here for fall. Take a quiet minute, set the intention of what you want your fall to be. What is it you may be wanting to do that you've been putting off or too afraid to do? Listen, we all have things that make us nervous or make us feel challenged or scared and fearful. So, the change of the seasons is a really good time to kind of check in with yourself, right? Take a pause, check in, take inventory, take stock, if you will, right? I got some amethyst and rose quartz and blue celestial stone here because I just felt drawn to them today. And so I felt they might want to come out here while we pull a few cards and see. What I was going to do is just pull an energy card to see what the energy of fall will be like, and then I was going to pull a guidance advice card. So this is the Energy Oracle card deck, and this is the Star Seed Oracle deck. And I love both of these decks. They're both fairly new, so we'll probably read from the book because I'm still learning some of these cards. So, what will the fall energy bring to the collective? One card, please. Ooh, and there we go. Ooh. Financial constraints. That's what we got here. So the fall will bring financial constraints for people, which makes a lot of sense, right? 2020 has kind of been a year of craziness, to put it lightly. It's been a year of challenges for many, many people. And this is number 13, if 13 means something to anybody. Also could be 4. And the good thing about 4 is kind of like about building strong foundations. And you can't be a whole healed person without a strong foundational base, right? So even though financial constraints, I feel like the 4 gives us the intention that this financial constraint is going to lead to creating stronger foundations for the future, right? So this card says, money may be tight at this time. So money may be tight in the fall, folks. Rein in your spending and be circumspect about the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the money and the good things you already have. Yeah. See, this isn't really that bad of a card. I feel like this is saying, it's been a rough year. And if we, I've been doing these seasonal rituals for a long time. And so this year, in spring, I kind of reflected on winter, and in summer started, I reflected on spring. Now fall starting, we're reflecting on summer. And it's been a rough year for a lot of people. And even if you're not out of work or financially strained, this is just saying that we need to be cautious, and we need to start really thinking about what our needs versus our wants are, and what do we really need to live. Like, that also could be a really good thing to journal on for fall, is kind of take stock of your life and figure out, what could I do without? Because, I feel like we've reached this time in society where humans are very abundant and privileged. And not all humans, I understand that, but a lot of humans, especially here in the States where I live, there's been a lot of privilege for a long time and a lot of convenience. And I feel like it's made people forget the value of things, right? It's like we forget how hard you have to work to buy, like, for example, a tarot deck. You know what I mean? How many hours does it take of work to buy something that's in your house. And then kind of start thinking about, you know, am I putting my time in the right place? Like, do I really want to work that many hours to buy whatever it is? You know what I mean? And again, the answer is yes, if that's like a sustainable thing, right? If it's like food or shelter, electricity, those are things that we need to sustain and survive. So, you know, yes, the answer would be, do I really want to work 7 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours a day, whatever it is, to pay for this? Well, the answer would be yes, because, you know, you don't want to be living in a cardboard box or on the street. You want to have shelter and safety. And so those are necessities, right? But then we have all these other frivolous things that are not necessities. And when you really boil it down of like, what do I actually need to survive? You realize most of the time you're already abundant. You know, I know a lot of people that feel like it's never enough. They don't have enough. And you know, that way of thinking can really be a trap. So I feel like this card is saying fall is all about really starting to go within and ask ourselves, like, what are the things that are most important to me? And would I rather work 4 hours to buy this frivolous, you know, whatever it is, iPod, iPad, whatever, or would I rather spend that 4 hours with my child, who I can bond with and teach things, you know, or my parent or my boyfriend or my significant other, whatever it is. So I think that's what this card is saying. It's saying, you know, fall is going to be a time for us to kind of like tighten up our belts, start really taking stock of our lives and figuring out the difference between like what we want and what we need. And then we need to start asking ourselves, are these wants healthy? Right? Like, is this, like, for example, if you like to go out at a bar all the time, you know, no judgment, but, you know, you might, like, in these COVID times, and we've kind of had to learn to appreciate things a little bit more. It's like, you know, do I really want to spend the time and money drinking at a bar? Is that the best use of my time? Is that what's the healthiest or best thing for me emotionally, physically, you know? So I'm going to stop rambling now. But this card also has a mantra that might be helpful for you guys in the fall. So, well, all of us actually. The mantra is, I can move through any cycle with dignity and awareness. I am open to receiving increasing wealth. Money moves to and through my life, bringing benefits to all. That's a really good mantra. And I would add a little to that, because I have a mantra I say all the time. Like whenever I spend money or whenever I have to, you know, pay a bill or make a purchase or whatever, I say to myself, money flows freely to me. Money flows freely to me. Because I don't want to get caught up in that trap of lack mentality, which is, you know, feeling like nothing's ever enough. That's why it's important for us to kind of reflect, take these moments to reflect and pause and, you know, take stock. Now, let's see what the advice for fall is. Is the advice for fall? I'm really digging the smell of this crown chakra incense here. One of my girlfriends got me a bunch of incense for the holidays last year, and it had all the chakras and also like self-love and stuff like that. This crown chakra smelling good. It's the first time I've used it. So let's see what the advice for fall is. One card, please. Okay, that's like 4. So let's try that again. One card. Oh, thank you. Star family. You're a part of a team of souls. Call in support. Okay? So I am going to read it from the book just because, like I said, I don't know all the cards in these new decks. But what my intuition is telling me right now, just looking at these two cards, is this is basically saying, like, don't put yourself on an island, right? There might be some struggles and a little bit of stress coming up financially in the fall. So this is saying, like, don't put yourself on an island and try to deal with it all on your own. Like, and that doesn't necessarily mean, like, go asking people for money, but it does mean, like, rely on the people around you. If you're stressed out and you need a hug or you need to talk to your girlfriend and kiki, or you need to get advice, I'm hearing, like, if somebody around you in your soul family is better at, like, financial issues than you are, like, I'm hearing, don't hesitate to ask them for support. Ask them to teach you, teach me how. Like, if you don't know, or and you're struggling, or you're having trouble, like, at the end of every month, there's never enough money, it might be better to get on a budget. Sometimes if we get on a budget, then we can kind of see, like, where am I spending my money and where can I tighten up, so to speak. And not everybody, I just know in my own experience, not everybody knows how to do a budget or has even been shown how or, was taught. So I feel like this is saying, if you don't know or don't understand, don't bury your head in the sand, because that'll just get you in deeper. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing ask for help. Someone you love and trust in your soul family, ask them for help. Ask them, can you explain to me how maybe I can better manage my finances, or how a budget works? Can you show me how? And even if it's something bigger than that, like, you want to make an investment and you're wondering, is this the right time? Should I hold on to my money now? Whatever. There's a lot going on in the collective right now, for a lot of people. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are, their businesses are closed, not to any fault of their own, so their money's not coming in like it normally would. So I feel like this is saying, don't be an island. Ask for the love and support of the people around you. And let's read now what it says. Let's see if my intuition was similar, says the same thing, right? At some stage, we were each part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of your soul cluster are part of your star family. Your star family are the souls who are cut from a similar cloth than you. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were actually once a part of a cluster. It is very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them from the moment you meet. They feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time both passes quickly and stretches when you're with them. You feel more yourself with them than anyone else. It can sometimes feel like looking in a mirror, because in a way you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you knew them. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is part of your star family? If this card comes up, it's likely that you've either met someone who is part of your star family or you're about to. And then this says, ask yourself the question, who do you think around you is from your same star family, and how can you call upon them for support? So yeah, I feel like kind of that just really explained like what soulmates and star families are. And like there's a difference between blood family and star family. So I feel like this is saying trust and rely on the people you feel connected with, the people you feel are in your soul family around you, right? And ask them for help and rely on them, not rely on them like attached to them, but rely on their advice and trust their advice. And my cat, Sophia, you might hear her over there. She's meowing right now. So apparently she wants to join the fall ritual. She's reflecting over there. Okay, well, that's it for the little fall ritual. Try what I said. Clear your energy, clear your space, spend some time with yourself, really thinking, connecting, asking yourself, like about your summer experiences, process them, and then, set intentions for your fall. How do you want your fall to look? And maybe this will help you understand a little bit how your fall is going to look, so you can kind of start putting the support in place now, right? You can start maybe looking at your finances and seeing where you can tighten up, or you can start working on and making a budget if you've never done that before. I feel like this is a good little reading for fall. So I hope you all enjoyed it.